yes, I want to be like water. I want to be like water flowing into that ocean of good, flowing into the ocean of infinite possibilities. And they're all good. All the possibilities of God are good. Well, happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. I want to honor anyone who's served our country in the military. We have any veterans here or anybody who's served in the military? Stand up and let us acknowledge you today. Thank you so much. And you know, I say this every year, but it is my life's purpose to help to create a world in which we no longer have to send our sons and daughters off to war. You know, I've made it my life's purpose to recognize my oneness with all creation and with all people, with all my brothers and sisters everywhere. It's my life's purpose. I've made it my life's purpose, and I invite you to make it your life's purpose to bring about the end of the perception of separation for all humankind. If we bring it about in you, that will transfer to your neighbor. If you can see yourself in your neighbor's eyes, if you can see the Christ in your neighbor's eyes, you've taken another step to creating that world that's been powerfully transformed by our shared spiritual awakening. And the recognition of our oneness is the end of war and conflict forever. It's over. When you've reached that realization within yourself, it's over for you. And when that has reached a critical mass, it's over for everyone. So know that your part is very important. It's super important. One of the greatest moments in life is when you realize the entire universe is yours. That every star in the sky belongs to you. That every bird in the trees, every drop of water in the ocean, and every precious human being is a part of you. That is the greatest moment of your life when you realize that truth. And that's why we're here today. To not only realize that truth, but to claim our good in manifesting that truth for everyone. We truly have been given everything. Everything. Nothing is lacking in the universe that can contribute to your happiness. I have, and I want everyone on your way out today to pick up a copy of something that I crafted for our forgiveness workshop that Lily and I do. And it's called the Happiness Covenant. You're making a covenant, an agreement with me, with your neighbor, with God itself. However you identify God. You're making an agreement, a covenant, a sacred agreement to be happy. I'm going to read just a little bit of it for you. And I want you to grab one. I want you to sign your name to it and read it every day. Or as often as you can remember. I pledge from this day forward to accept the fact that I am as God created me. That I have been given all the riches of the universe. Love, which created me, is what I am. I now accept the truth that God's will for me is perfect happiness. All things are given to me without any reservation or limitation that can contribute to my happiness. All things are given to me without any reservation or limitation that can contribute to my happiness, my peace, and the recognition of myself. With this truth firmly set in my mind and taken deep into my heart, I face life unafraid, and I move forward with power and confidence. I step forward in Christ, and as Christ, I accomplish all that is given me to do with grace and ease. And there's a few more sentences, but that's for you to read, to make that sacred agreement with yourself. Would you rather be right or happy? Happy! Woo! I'm with the right crowd. Amen. You know, but you don't realize that you have to claim your happiness. You have to want it more than being right. I read a story of a woman that was dying of COVID. She was in the hospital and it was imminent. And she was still denying the existence of COVID. It's all made up. It's a hoax. Well, darling, hoax or not, you're dying from it. So her insistence on being right was blocking her opportunity for making a smooth transition, for acceptance of where she found herself. See, whether it was COVID or anything else, whatever it is, you happen to be dying from it. And this is the moment where you can be conscious of probably, besides birth, the greatest transition you're going to experience in this life. But the necessity to be right is blocking the awareness of your good, is blocking the awareness. What am I holding on to as an opinion of what's going on in the world, as an opinion of my brothers and my sisters? What am I holding on to that's blocking my good? That's the first step in claiming your good, is to release the necessity to be right. We've been given everything that can contribute to our happiness, but we don't see it because we're seeing what we want to see. So the next step in this is that we have to learn how to involve ourselves back again with the human family, to get back involved with each other, to start communicating and seeing each other and cooperating. Really, really take the time to see the perfect expression of God in this world that your brothers and sisters are. You are a unique expression of God that we need, every one of you. Without you, heaven is incomplete. I need you to know who I am, to know what heaven is, and to know what God is. I need you. You need to show me what God is, what love is. I really, really am serious about this. Whatever you're saying, thinking, and doing is teaching the whole universe. You're a teacher, and you're teaching the whole universe what it is. So I think about that every time I slip into a complaint or a judgment or a fear or an anger. I say, what am I teaching the universe? What am I teaching my brothers and sisters? What am I teaching the little ones that they are and what the world is? Is it a friendly place? This was Albert Einstein's greatest question. He said, the greatest question in the whole world is the universe a friendly place? Oh my goodness. Only you can answer that. Is the universe a friendly place? Is it hostile? What you believe about it is going to be how you react to your world and to the people in it. And what I'm saying is that everything is here that can contribute to your good, including all of your brothers and sisters. They're here to show you who you can be. And if they're not, they're just calling for love. They're just calling for you to show them love. If you're already experiencing abundance and expanded consciousness, we can expand that prosperity more. We can expand our sense of peace and well-being and share our good with the world. That's where all the fun is. You can't just keep it for yourself and think you're going to be fine, just holding on to it. You end up building a wall around it, around your good. And you say, okay, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm good. I say that all the time. I could fall off a roof. Lily would go, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'll get right back up there. And that's the human condition. That's my need to be right. I can do it. Oh. I can do it, but I can't do it alone. Right? Because I'm not alone. We are one. We're together in this. So the Bible has some very powerful examples of getting involved in your community, getting involved and creating abundance in your community and claiming your good. And it's all about sharing what you have now, no matter how little or how much you think you have. It's about sharing it. So the first thing, I've always liked this, it's very powerful, from the Old Testament, from Malachi. He says, bring the full tithe into the storehouse that there might be food in my house. And prove me now, saith the Lord of hosts. I love that, Lord of hosts. If I will not open up to you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room enough to receive it. I love the Lord of hosts. A lot of you are good hosts. I go to your house and you serve me and you make me comfortable and you sit down and you want a drink. Would you have a nice dinner? It's a host is somebody that welcomes you in and serves you, and makes you feel welcome and comfortable in their home. And so this is the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts, the ever-present eternal Spirit that only gives and teaches you how to give. Bring the full tithe. 10% is the full tithe. Now, if you want to give more, that means you want to receive more. That means you're just playing bigger. But if you're withholding, you're just withholding it from yourself. Another scripture I like is from Luke. Give, and it will be given to you. It will be given to you in good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall it be poured into your lap. That's how I'm experiencing life right now, is that I don't have room enough to receive it all. I have to keep opening myself more to receive, because there's so much flowing to me. It's just an amazing thing. But if you do not give, you're not going to experience that. You're going to be protecting what you have, and you won't be claiming you're good. The thing about tithing is nobody wants to hear about it. You're already tithing. You're giving your taxes. And you're doing that because it's required, right? Because it's the law. Well, tithing to your spiritual source is also a law. It's a spiritual law. And to me, you are putting yourself in jail when you do not adhere to spiritual law. You're putting yourself in the jail of limitation, of the thought system of lack and limitation. You're putting yourself in jail because you're saying, I'm separate from you. I need to protect what's mine. I can't give it to you or I won't have any. But that's not the truth. The truth is, all I give, I'm giving to myself. If I give it to you, I'm giving it to me. Wow. There goes the separation right there. Because I'm giving it to you, I'm acknowledging you as a part of myself. That's why I love to give. Corinthians says God loves a cheerful giver. But it's just an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing because the more you give, the more you receive. And the human mind says, the more I give, the less I have. It's just the opposite. That's why we need to practice spiritual law, because our brains were trained from a young age in the opposite of the truth, in a thought system of lack and limitation and separation. It's just what we've been trained to do. And it's not helpful and it's hurting us. That thought system has created all the division in our world. That thought system is what created all the wars in the first place. That thought system is what's killing the planet, or making it uninhabitable for human beings pretty soon. The planet will be fine, people say, but I don't think we will. I don't know if you can live in a 2,000 degree fire. I'm sorry, guys, I don't want to bring this up. That was April, right? Yeah. Earth month is over. But what I'm offering is the solution. And I really want everyone to hear this. The solution to all our problems is to give. Is to end the idea that I'm separate from you in my heart and in my mind. To give myself to you totally. To recognize our oneness is the end of separation, and that is the end of all of our perceived problems. Every single one. I don't care who you don't like, who you're withholding from. It's always you. It's just you in a different space, time, location, who's been taught something different, who watches a different news program, who gets a different feed on their social media. They get these ideas. What if none of those ideas are true? That the only true idea is that you are as God created you, and the universe is giving you everything that can contribute to your happiness right now. That you are whole and free and perfect and loving and peaceful right now. That you don't need anything. You don't need to prove to God or the universe that you are good. You're already that. You're inherently good. Second principle of unity, right? You are inherently good. You have the spark of the Christ within you. And so give that to your neighbor, you'll receive it to yourself. Give it to your neighbor, you'll recognize it for yourself. That's how it works. Think about this statement. All I give is given to myself. Oh, I'm sorry you're bored. Is there anything I can do to make it more exciting for you? I wish there was. Maybe Dad wants to take you downstairs? No, it's fine. But if you do, we do have a children's room downstairs. And there's lots of fun things to do. But you can be right here and learn that you're giving all of this good to yourself. When you claim you're good, you're giving it to everyone. This is amazing because now I'm not guilty about receiving. Lately, I've been saying, okay, I gratefully receive. Lily and I are going to Colombia in a couple of weeks. And a friend of hers said, well, I offer you a plane ticket to come and visit me, and I'll pay for your hotel, and even a round of golf if you want. I gratefully receive. Lily says to me, do you want to go to Guadalajara and teach a course in miracles? And at first I'm going, I don't have enough money for the plane tickets. And what about the hotel? How many teachers are going to be there? What are we going to do? When are we going to come back? And stop all that. I gratefully receive. Right? So we're going to Guadalajara to teach a course in miracles in October. Yeah. I gratefully receive. The how is going to take care of itself when you say yes. Say yes. Yes to life. Yes to your happiness. Yes to your abundance. Yes to peace. Yes to peace on earth. We need to keep saying yes to life. We need to keep saying yes to our good. Yes to your dreams. Don't let them go out the window because you don't know how it's going to happen. Well, I really would love a new house, but I don't know how that's ever going to happen. Believe me, if you want it, it's going to happen. You claim it. I remember the story with Jack. I'm on the phone with him. He's like, I've looked at 10 houses already. How many had you looked at?
I looked at 30.
30?
Yep. I didn't think it was going to happen. 5 had been bought out from under me, and I was whining.
He was whining because he had looked at 30 houses. 5 of them had been bought before he could make a bid. And anyway, we're on the phone. I said, well, let's just pray about it. Because if you want a house, it's going to happen. That day, he found his home. Wow. That very day, the next house he went to is the house that he bought. Because he claimed it. He finally, instead of claiming, I can't find a house, I've looked at so many and they're all being bought and I can't get one and I'll never find one and blah, 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 blah. That's what we do, right? Yeah. A couple extra blah, blah, blahs sometimes. The universe is not going to hear that. The universe is waiting for clear directions on what you want. Clear directions on how it's going to come to you. Clear directions on why it's benefiting you and you're good. Because the universe needs you to write a check that it can read. Seriously. It needs you to write a check that you can read. I've asked all of our board members and the members of the finance team to every day in their meditations visualize $100,000 in our savings account. Now, we had that, but then we bought a parking lot and other things that we needed for our building, and just ongoing expenses of running a spiritual center. So I asked them, just write a check that the universe can read. Just make it a number. It'll be there. I did that when we were doing the prosperity class, the 4 somethings. The 4 T's. What are the 4 T's anyway? Time, talent, treasure, and tithing. 4 T's. You tithe of your time, of your talent, of your treasure. You put yourself into it. I love that. I'm tithing some time and talent this week, working on the stairs out back. I love that. Like, I get a break from being a minister. I can be just an anonymous person building the stairs, talking to the kids who are riding their bicycles. They didn't know I was the minister. I love it. I just asked them to please close the gate and thank you for closing the gate. They don't have to know who I am. Right? So anyway, I'm giving that to myself. I'm writing a check that the universe can read, and I want you guys to do that as well. I want you to envision exactly what it is you want, to frame it in a way the universe can understand, and to claim it as your own already, to feel it as yours right now. Because it is yours. It's coming from you. Everything is already present in potential. It's just up to you to manifest it, right? It's already here. It's already here in potential. It's up to you to bring it in and feel it manifest in the form that you desire. It's right there. It's not out there. Stop looking for your good out there. It's not out there somewhere. What you're saying when you're looking out there somewhere is that I don't have it now. That I'm lacking something now. It's not out there. It's within you. You're going to manifest it from within, not from without. This is how we've gotten it backwards. We think that our good is coming to us. It's not like that. Our good is coming through us. It's coming out from us so that we can see what is in our heart. Excuse me. We can see what is in our heart and mind and manifest it. So the truth is that your good is not only coming from within you, but that you are inherently good. So claiming you're good is just being who you truly are. That's what it is. Being who you are. Authentic. Claim yourself as part of the universe. You're creative and you're part of all of this. Let's be active in it. Let's be active in being part of this universe. We're accepting all that can contribute to our good. I gratefully accept. I gratefully accept right now. I got to tell a story because last week Lily and I were in Central Mass. We were offering the service. Oh, thank you, Corina. You're so sweet. I gratefully accept. It tastes so much better when somebody gives it to you. Wow, what did you put in there? Extra love, she says. Oh, that tastes good. Wow. Thank you. So we're in Western Mass last week, Lily and I, it's Unity of Central Mass, offering the service and our forgiveness workshop, which is where the happiness covenant comes from. And one of their members, who happens to be here today, another miracle, Carla, she reminded me of a lesson I gave exactly a year ago from last week. She was sitting here 1 year ago, And I was giving a lesson about prosperity, about naming it, framing it, claiming it. And I noticed she was taking a lot of notes over there. She was really getting it, like taking it in. So after the service, she went down to the beach and, of course, found a long line of cars and angry people looking for parking spots. And she decided, I'm going to choose peace in this moment. Pretty soon, a parking spot opened up for her right near the entrance. And then she went to the beach, and she named her good, what she wanted. She framed it in a way that the universe could give it to her, that she could manifest it in her world. And then she claimed it as already happening. Is it already done? That day, she began chatting with this fellow. I forget your name. Pete? She began chatting with this fellow right here named Pete. Now, they're still sitting next to each other a year later. That's how fast it is. Why? Because it's already there. You name it, here we go. These are the 3 steps. You've got to name it. First of all, what is it that I want? I want a loving relationship. Okay, keep framing it. I want it to be loving. I want him to look like this. I want him to act like this. Right? So, but you want to feel what it feels like. That's the framing. You want to feel it. You want to feel. Lily and I did this, and she lived in Colombia, and I lived in Wisconsin. So then you let the miracle happen. How we got together after that was, up to spirit. But if you frame it in your mind, what it is that you wish and desire to manifest in your life, the only thing you have to do next is claim it as yours already. Claim it has already happened. It's already that way for me. Why? Because it's already that way inside. The brain doesn't know if it's happening in form or if it's just a thought in your mind. And so you begin to vibrate in the frequency of whatever it is you want. You begin to vibrate in the frequency of that relationship. Guess what? That relationship is right there. It's right there. And when you begin to vibrate in the frequency, and this is very important, this is the most important part of it. It's not just about claiming it intellectually or conceptually. You have to vibrate in the frequency of that which you desire. If you want $1 million, if you want $1 billion, it doesn't matter. You have to vibrate in the frequency of a millionaire or a billionaire. You have to vibrate in the frequency of a successful whatever person you want to be in this world. You have to vibrate in the frequency of whatever it is you want to manifest. Whatever it is. You have to claim it in vibration. You have to claim it by being that which you desire. It's not something I'm grabbing and bringing in. I'm not going out and finding it. I'm vibrating in the frequency of something that is within me, and it's manifesting. Do we got that clear? It's coming from within? Then my job is just about over. I just want to give thanks that, Carla and Pete let me share their story. And how wonderful it is that it came out of a teaching from Unity. That it came out of something that she said, I can do that. I can claim my good. And I want you to do the same thing. Your new house, your new place, your health, the health of your body, the money in your bank account, having your trip to Ireland, Scotland, sorry. Wrong accent. Scotland, lassie. She's going to Scotland. Will you play a round of golf for me over there? Whatever it is, you start vibrating in that frequency, it is done. It is guaranteed. I was saying, Joanne's got this beautiful tan. She said, it's still from the Galapagos. So she had an idea to go to the Galapagos. Now she's back from the Galapagos. That's how fast it happens. It's already done. And let your life be that kind of adventure. If you want an adventure, if you want to just sit home and bored and angry at the world, then that's your choice too. But if you want the adventure of love, if you want the adventure of a lifetime, start vibrating in the frequency of what you want. And watch it happen. Step into it. Claim you're good, guys. Have an amazing summer. I love you so much.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass., and visit us online at unityoncapecod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.